So I'm still drinking my hot chocolate from my last video, which lets you know that I'm filming this video like literally right after because it's obviously still hot. So this is going to be a little haul. I got a couple of things in the mail that I was telling you guys about, and then a lot of you seemed interested in the books that I had showed. Also, I had a couple requests for me to tell you guys a couple of different things, so I'm going to put that in here. I had a request for a couple, book suggestions. I had a request for what songs are on my workout playlist, so I will talk to you guys a little bit about that after this haul, and I'm gonna just drink this because this is good. I love hot chocolate. Okay, I hit my cup. Okay, so anyways, the first place that I went the other day was Old Navy. They are still having their sale, and I needed a couple things for work because I got that job at Bath & Body Works. So I went and just picked up a couple of things. The first thing that I got is just a white shirt, and I got two of these, or I got three of these white long sleeve shirts for work, and then I got a scarf, and that's pretty much all I got. I'll show you the scarf. We are allowed to wear scarves. So this is what the scarf looks like. It's like a see-through, and then pink, and I like it. I think it's cute. I like it. So since we're allowed to wear scarves, I figured I would pick up something because you know me, I like to be fashionable. And then I went to Target and I got a nail polish from OPI. Looks like this. And it is, I don't know if you can even tell because it looks black, but it's not. It's like a purple. But when you actually paint it on your nails for the first coat, it's actually like a really dark turquoise with purple shimmers in it. But once you paint it twice, it looks like this. And I really like it. It looks a little bit, it has some purple flecks in it, and it's clearly a dark blue when you actually have it on. This is called Russian Navy by OPI, and it looks like this when you take the little thingy out. Sometimes you can tell better once I take this thing out, but sometimes it doesn't help it anyway, like right now. Anyways, I really like it. I think it's pretty. It's like a dark navy blue with purple shimmers in it, and I like it. Okay. So then I went to Barnes & Noble, and I actually decided after reading a couple of pages of those books that I would get the second ones. So I got Linger, and if you're wondering why I would get these before I'm done, there is not a Barnes & Noble in the town that I live in, so there's one an hour and a half away. We happened to be there, so I figured I would pick them up while we were there. They have Linger, which is the second book of the Wolves of Mercy Fall series, which Shiver is the first one. I saw these on All the Glitters channel, and I decided to try them out. I really like these, and the funny part is I don't actually like things like Twilight and stuff like that, but I really like this. So what it seems to be about is this girl Grace seems to be in love with a wolf, but the wolf is actually like a person and a wolf, if that makes sense. It's kind of complicated. The book, that they tell you that on like the first page. Trust me, I'm not spilling any secrets to you. You can kind of tell that by reading the backs of them. But this is going to be the second one. I'm on like the 30th page of the first book, and I already really like it. So I would recommend those. And then this is the second book of Pretty Little Liars. I think the guy at Barnes & Noble didn't really seem to know. If you know what order these go in, please let me know, because I'm not really sure if he was right, but he told me they could go in any order, which I don't actually think is true because I don't know any book that can just go in any order. Whatever. Anyways, then I got a box from Amazon, and this is the last couple things. I got a L'Oreal Hip, which stands for High Intensity Pigment, if you don't know. And this is in Tenacious. I guess I'll take it out of this packet because you can't really tell. Anyways, I really like these. I feel like they're amazingly pigmented for the price. They are loose shadows, so You do probably need primer if you're going to use these. Obviously I use primer every day, but if you don't usually use primer, you probably need it for these. So that is what it looks like. It's this really shimmery, like brown gold, bronzy kind of color. When you open them up, they look like this. They have this little bubble thing in them, which I love, and I will show you why. It like crackles. It only crackles a little, but I love it so much. Okay, so then it looks like that, and that's how it comes out. There is a little plastic thing on it, so it can't come out right now, but once I peel this little sticker off, it'll come out. It's so pretty, I love it. So I got that one, and I'm excited to use that because I love the color. And then little packaging for that is like falling everywhere. And then I got this one, which is in Rebel. I have this already, and I don't know if I've shown this in a video at all, but I really love this color, and it goes really well with my eyes. My eyes are a really light green color, and this, I know that green isn't like what they say goes with green, but this actually does go well with my eyes. So this is what it looks like. It's just a really pretty light green and with like gold flecks in it. And of course it has a little snap, crackle, pop thing on it, which I love, 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 love. I'm gonna crackle it again. Ah, I just love that. Okay, so it looks like this. And this one seems to, like the sticker seems to be up a little bit, but I think that's just from like shipping. So I love this color. I already have one of them. It isn't, it's like halfway used, but these were so cheap on Amazon, so much cheaper that I just decided to get them. And then the big thing that was in the box is my 88 color palette, and this is the Tropical Shimmer eyeshadow palette, and this is by BH Cosmetics. I have to say that when I got it, I was really excited. This I actually bought specifically for tutorials because my other BH Cosmetics palettes have some broken shadows, and they tend to like fall out everywhere. So I decided to get one specifically for tutorials, and this is how it came. Like, it has all these weird lines on it, and I don't understand what those are. And then when you open it, I always have to figure out how to open this thing. I've opened it twice so far, once to actually open it for the first time, and then once to show my husband what it looked like. There we go. Okay, so you can kind of see why I wasn't happy. The eyeshadows are like falling out. This one is broken, as well as this silver color up here in the corner, and all of the fallout is all over the mirror. So it's only 2 shadows out of 88, but when you pay for something new, you want it new. You don't want it, ooh, that's the mirror. You don't want it broken. So I'm not happy about that, but this will be the palette that I will be using for tutorials, so I'm gonna try and keep it as cleanly as possible. So I wasn't really happy about that, and then whenever I tried to see if I could like exchange it, basically you can only get a refund. You can't like get a new one, which is kind of weird, but you can only get a refund. So I was like, you know what, I'll just keep it, whatever. But I probably won't order them from Amazon anymore. I'll just order them from BH Cosmetics, I guess. That came from BH Cosmetics, like that was the seller, so I don't really understand, but I don't know. Anyways, I also had a couple of questions from people, and one of the questions was, what kind of camera do I use? I actually just flipped the camera thing around so I can't see myself right now. It is a Canon Vixia, V-I-X-I-A, HFR 100 HD. So, yeah, it's, if you like look up the brand, it's a Canon Vixia, V-I-X-I-A, HFR 100, and then it is an HD camera. So that is what I use. Also, and that was about I think it was like $350 or $250 when I bought it. I'm not really sure, but it is an affordable camera, as opposed to like some of the people that you see on YouTube who use like $1,000 cameras. So yeah, it's affordable and I like the quality of it. Anyways, oh, and then I had a question about what is on my workout playlist. I have a couple of the songs like in my head that I can say. Survivor by Destiny's Child is on my workout playlist. Never Say Never by Justin Bieber, which I actually am not like a believer or anything like that. I like a couple of his songs, but Never Say Never is a very motivating song, I think, so I really like that. Stronger by Kanye West is on there. Stronger by Britney Spears is on there. Only Girl in the World by Rihanna is on there. Unwritten by Natasha Bedingfield. I think that that's a very like motivating song. I think that the message behind the song is powerful. I think that's about it. No, that's not it, but like that's the only ones I could think of. Obviously there's more on there, but those are really the only ones I can think of right now. Yeah, so those are some of the ones that are on there. Raise Your Glass by Pink is on there too. So kind of a lot of different genres. I also have It's My Life by Bon Jovi, I think that's by. Yeah, so a couple different things, a couple different genres. But those are the songs that get me going, motivate me. There are also, like, if you type in good workout songs on Google, you can find some places that will help you out. I know womenshealth.com has something where they tell you good workout songs, so you can look for that. I'm not really exactly sure where it's at on womenshealth.com. I saw it once or twice. So yeah. And then I had a question about books that I would recommend. One book that I would recommend is called The Lovely Bones. If you get really upset really easily, it's not a book that you want to read. There is a movie about it. The book to me was better than the movie. It's a very suspenseful book. It's very sad at first, but if you actually think about the message behind it, it's not. So yeah. I'm trying to think of a way to describe the book. Basically, if you read the back of the book, it just tells you that it's about a girl who gets murdered. And she basically watches her family from, I guess, heaven. I don't know if they really say heaven or if they just say the sky. I'm not really sure, but I think it's supposed to be heaven. And she kind of like watches her family go through the struggle of losing her, and it's a very emotional book, and she watches them go through the struggle of trying to find out who did it, and it's very, you know who did it the whole time. So that's kind of interesting. It's really suspenseful to see, like, are they gonna figure it out? Like, figure it out, it's so easy, figure it out. But it is, it's a really sad book, but it's very good. I also really like what's that called? Deadly Little Secret, Deadly Little Lies. It's a series. If you type in like Deadly Little Lies, it'll come up with like the couple of books, I think, on like barnesandnoble.com or like your Nook or whatever. Those are really, really good books. They're not very well known as far as I know, but I really like those books. I can't remember who they're by though, but I like those a lot. As far as like for younger readers, like 10, 11, 12, I read a book when I was around that age called The Dull People. I don't know who that was by either because I was so young when I read it, but it was a really good book. It's called The Dull People. So if you are looking, check that out. It's about like they live in this world where they're dolls, and I don't know. Oh, I forgot to tell you what the Deadly Little series is basically about. The Deadly Little Lies, or there's Deadly Little Lies, Deadly Little Games, I think Deadly Little Secrets or something. I don't know. But those are really good. Basically, they are about a girl, and she meets a boy. His name is Ben, I believe. Ben? Is that his name? I think it's Ben. And she realizes that he has something different about him. And I'm not going to tell you what it is because I don't remember if they tell you or not, but he has something different about him, and they try to basically make their relationship work throughout the series. So it's a really good series. I'm trying to think of what else. I was a really big reader when I was younger, and I'm just getting back into reading, so I'm trying to think. I love to read. I just can never remember like the names of the things that I've read. Like I can remember what they're about, but I can't really remember the names. Anyways, if you're interested in any of those books and you cannot find them, you can message me and I will try to find them for you and link you to them. But those are all really good choices for books. And they pretty much range in age. I read the Deadly Little series when I was in Alaska. I believe I was like 19 when I read it, so it's a really good series. The Shiver series seems like it's going to be really good, and yeah, so if you're looking for something to read, those are good ones. I think that's all the questions that I've really gotten lately. Oh, I did get another question that I thought was kind of interesting. Someone did send me a message basically asking me if I had ever had any problems with my husband, and I think that that's pretty funny because, you know, of course I messaged them back and I'm kind of like, well, what do you mean? And they're like, oh, well, you know, every time I watch a beauty guru, it seems like they never have any problems with their boyfriends or husbands and they're always happy. That's not the case in any way. It's just that this is a beauty channel, so I don't really want to get on here ever and just be like, my husband's being so rude, you know, because it's not like what the channel is about. But yes, of course we have problems. Every couple does. Not like problems, but we have fights. We fight about really stupid things, mostly like who ate the last pickle and didn't throw the door away or something. We fight about really stupid things usually, and you know, the person continued to ask me how I deal with that. I don't get too upset. You know, I work through it in my mind mostly. Like when we're fighting about a pickle jar and we're letting it get like completely out of hand where we're like both like mad at each other, it's just like I just kind of sit there and think about it in perspective, and I'm like, wow, a pickle jar, like, no. And I just kind of let it go and move on. He tends to hold grudges a little longer than I do, and he kind of like will sit over there and pout or, you know, get upset or do whatever he does. I don't care. You know, it's a fight, and, you know, people need to start understanding that just because you fight, that doesn't mean that your relationship is doomed. That doesn't mean that you're abnormal. That doesn't mean that you're strange. It just means that you're fighting. I mean, everybody fights. It's okay. As long as there's not physical violence. If there is, then you need to let someone know. Whether it be a family or a friend, family member or friend, or a law enforcement officer, law enforcement person, do let someone know, because that's not acceptable for anybody to ever put their hands on you, no matter whose fault that they say it is. It's not acceptable. If it's verbally abusive, then that's also unacceptable. If someone's calling you names and, you know, telling you that people don't care about you, and that's unacceptable. I mean, saying like, oh, you're being stupid, that's not what I mean. If someone's calling you like, you're a fatty and nobody would ever love you except for me, and you're stupid and you'll never amount to anything, you don't need to be with someone like that. There is such a thing as verbal abuse, and that is verbal abuse. So as long as, you know, it's not bordering any lines like that, as long as it's just fighting, you know, just little arguments or disagreements, then that's normal. So I'm sorry, I'm so tired. Ugh. I feel like I never get any sleep. Even like when I sleep like 8 hours, I still feel like I never got any sleep. Anyways, so it's normal to fight. I look like I'm about to cry now because I yawned. But if you ever want anybody to talk to, then you can always message me. But like I said, if it ever gets to a point where it's physical, you need to let someone know. And if it gets to a point where it's verbally abusive, you also need to let someone know, because that's not acceptable. So that is about it. And I hope that helps. I hope you liked the haul, and it's fun to answer you guys' questions. So if you have any other questions, let me know, or any requests or anything. So that is about it, and I will talk to you guys later. Have a good day.